The time is 8:40 on this. To the morning, May 16th, 2017. And it's time out on a Peter Channel. Morning news on this to the morning, May 16th, 2017. Got good morning to you all. This lovely to the morning, May 16th, 2017. Here are your news and odds. Top story at 8:40 a.m. on this. To the morning is President Trump prepared to acknowledge Tuesday that he revealed highly classified information to Russia as stated confirmation of the Washington Post story in a move that contradicted his own White House team after scribbled and denied the report. Experts see possible North Korea links to global cyber attack. Democrats are struggling to challenge President Donald Trump with control with enough in Washington, relying for now on the power to say no. 2 killed in a jet crash while landing at Denver Airport, New Jersey. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan will likely to take a wish list to the meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump on Tuesday, and at the very top will be calls of scrubbing U.S. planned Kurdish rebels in Syria. A 16-year-old South Carolina teen died last month from ingesting too much caffeine, according to Richard County Coroner. Dying of asylum died from caffeine-induced cardiac event causing a problem of arrhythmia, according to Richard County. Labor has availed pledges costing £48.6 billion to be funded from extra tax revenue in the election manifesto later. Jeremy Corbyn said that the manifesto included business, the school, and the NHS, and an expansion of free childcare. A Syrian woman walks past a placard bearing a portrait of the president of Bashar Assad as Thomas Governor assassinated Assad, senior Israeli minister said. Trump world has a blood mention of President Empire, except a higher new one for 8. GOP strategists and sources close to the White House tell the Herald that they're concerned about how Trump's handling of James Comey's pardon as FBI. Professor Reynolds Gentile, Charlottesville, Virginia, homeowner, the founding father, Thomas Jefferson was in his by the movement Central Confederate General. Venezuelan officials said at least 2 people died in protests, raising a death total of about 40 people killed since the demonstration began. British serial killer Ian Brady, involved in the murders of 5 children, died in prison hospital. 79 National Service spokesman said. The Ford Motor Company with a stock price fall and the sales stalled. Plans at 10% global selling workforce people prepare for the plan said. What would Bill Gates do if he were to start out today? Words with permission offered a new college graduates sacrifice the money on Twitter. Knockman puts his heart in the Tin Man. Hernandez fiancé that was a suicide. Since stepping down as Microsoft's top chief executive officer, Bill Gates has seen the reputation transformed by the hard-nosed businessman and intended to shut down combination with the producer, personal American John D. Rockefeller. Now he's searching on Amazon. A multi-billionaire property banker in Austria told young people if they want to get on the property ladder, they should be stopped spending so money on avocado toast and coffee. Now up 5.32 points at 1.94. SP 5 up 11.42 points at 2.32. And Nasdaq up 20.44 points at 6,149.67. And I'm down in the top six loaded with the highest density plants away everywhere in the world according to the study. Such good top of the ice crystals high in the every time in the air just taken from the satellite to discover. The orange circle shows one of the sunglets. A more-built satellite on its way to join the global internet and data transmission capacity, airline passengers, maritime crews, and military personnel filled in the orbital Monday from NASA Kennedy Space Center. More than 1.2 million adolescents die every year around the world, and average 3,000 deaths per day from causes that are largely preventable, according to a new report from the World Health Organization. Law enforcement is seeing more cases involving opioids in Colorado. They say that fentanyl is one of the drugs that seem to be growing in popularity. A second back in Severn, Texas, not in the NHS, but some possible trust has suffered ongoing disruption to Friday's ransomware attack. Kinshasa, Congo. The World Health Organization says the second case of Ebola has been confirmed by the laboratory tested amid an outbreak in the remote control quarter of northern Congo. Peter Children's time is 8:45 on this Tuesday morning, and it's time now for a sports report. Boston Celtics are moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers after a 150-105 victory over Washington. Washington Wizards in game number 7 in the Eastern Conference semifinals. Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers Wednesday night at 8:30 at the TD Garden, game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And the Boston Red Sox tonight will be taking on St. Louis Cardinals at Busch Stadium game time, 8:15 p.m. And the North Lancers boys varsity baseball team will have a battle against the Ashland Conquerors at Northern High School, game time, 3:45 p.m. Boston Celtics guard Isaiah Thomas, those are the top seeded team, will be considered an underdog against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Final, but he believes Boston will continue to use that as more innovation. The Brooklyn Nets made a crucial mistake 4 years ago. Boston about to reap the world while sitting in the conference finals. Oakland, California, Golden State Warriors center Zaza Pachulia has a lot of respect for Greg Popovich, but he disagrees with the San Antonio Spurs' coaching search and ideas. Defensive close out on covering later in game 1 of the Western. Peter Children's time is 8:46 on this Tuesday morning, and it's time now for a traffic transit report. Beep, beep. Let's study off. Family with a subway system. It's looking good. Commuter rail, Worcester train. 5:05, 7:50 a.m. from South Station operated. 10:50 minutes past come between Ferry and Worcester. And on the ferries, they are looking good. All right, hours and byways of New England, 95 on the southbound side, so between Bridgeport and 795 on the northbound side, so between Greenwich and Stepford, and 95 on the northbound side, so between West Haven and New Haven, Merritt Parkway eastbound side, also New Haven stretch, and westbound side, slow to New Haven stretch. Westbound side of Merritt Parkway slow between Bridgeport and Stepford. Interstate 84, westbound side, and then so between Waterbury and Denver, 84 and eastbound side, and then so between Waterbury and the Hip Rescue from Newport to Harvard, Connecticut. 91 on the northbound side, so between Middletown to Harvard, Connecticut. 91 on the southbound side, so between Winslow and all the way to downtown Harvard, Connecticut. 91 on both ends of back to around 291 and 57 in Springfield. Mass back both ends also at 291 in Springfield, Mass back eastbound side, and then so around Interstate 84, Harvard, Connecticut, 290 eastbound side, and so between Mass back and Route 9 in Worcester, 146 on the northbound side, and so between Route 290 in Worcester, 495 on the northbound side, so between Milford and Enter, Interstate Massachusetts Turnpike up in Westbury, 485 on the southbound side, and also Hudson Stretch before 290. 146 on both ends also after Route 285 to Route 104 in the Lincoln North Smithfield stretch, 99 on the northbound side, so between 126 122 and Lincoln North Smithfield stretches, 295 on the southbound side, so between Route 6 and Johnson area, Route 12 and Crescent. 295 on the northbound side, so between 95 and Walk Oriented, 37 and Crescent, 95 on the northbound side, so between Airport Connected, Walk Oriented, downtown Providence, 95 on the southbound side, so between Protected and downtown Providence. 146 on the southbound side, so between 50 and 95, downtown Providence. 185 westbound side, so between Takeoff and downtown Providence. Meadow Bridge is slow on both ends. 95 on the northbound side, it is slow between Brickhead Street and Sheridan Route 128 Canton. 24 on the northbound side, slow from 27 and Rockland and Route 128 Canton. Route 3 on the northbound side, so between 220 Rockland and the Braintree Split. Ford Bridge on the southbound side, it is slow go. 120 on both ends is backed up between 24 and Rockland and Randolph on the Braintree Split. 7 Spencer on the northbound side, so between Braintree Split and the Dorchester. 7 Spencer southbound side, so between Quincy and Braintree. 120 on the northbound side, so between Route 1 and Norwood and Route 20 Waltham. 120 on the southbound side, also from Route 1 and PB to Route 20 in Waltham. Mass back on the eastbound side, so between Millbury and the 7 Expressway, Mass back on the westbound side, also Newton Corner. Mass back on the westbound side, also from Logan River to South Boston. Route 1 to southbound side, so between Chelsea and Charlestown. 7 tunnels, so Callan tunnels looking good. 93 to southbound side, so between Redford and Boston. 93 to the northbound side, also between Sotomayor and Route 128 Canton. 120 to the northbound side, also Route 93 Redding. 93 to the southbound side, so between Lawrence and Route 128 Redding. 93 to the northbound side, also Lawrence. 485 to the southbound side, it is slow between Lawrence and Littleton. 485 to the northbound side, slow between Lowell and all the way up to Route 93 and Lawrence. 93 to the southbound side, it is slow around Derry, New Hampshire. Everett Turnpike southbound side, slow around Nashville, New Hampshire. 295 on the southbound side, it's also around Falmouthsburg up in Portland, Maine. And Interstate 87 on the southbound side, it's slow around Route 11 in Champlain, New York. And Interstate 87 on the southbound side, also before Route 7 in Troy, New York. Peter Chill New Simon, 95 at the north bad side, also before Route on the south bad side after Route 45 in Newburyport. Peter Chill New Simon, 8:50 on this to the morning, and it's time now for a weather report today. We're going to expect a warmer day today than yesterday because yesterday we had one more day of the March-like temperatures, but now we're going to go into some summer-like temperatures beginning today. And for our 7-day forecast goes like this. Today, sun's going at 67 degrees. West about 10 miles on gust side, 21 miles an hour for tonight. Most of the gusts come at 53 degrees and west about 5 to 7 miles an hour becoming calm. And the evening for Wednesday, most sides come at 84 degrees. Light southwest wind increase under 9 to 40 miles per morning. Winds could gust at 25 miles an hour. Wednesday night, most of the coast come at 64 degrees. Southwest about 6 to 10 miles an hour. Thursday, most of the podcast about 8 9 about 66 degrees. Southwest about 6 to 9 miles an hour for Friday, mostly Saturday, most of the coast have at 82 to about 45 degrees. Saturday, most of the podcast go at 66 about 45 degrees. Sunday, Port Sask about 67 degrees. Sunday night, at Church Bay, mostly costs about 31 degrees and Chesapeake 30%. Monday, Church Bay, mostly costs about 70 degrees and Chesapeake is 40%. Currently in Taunton, it's fair skies, and it's 62. In Norton, it's fair and 64. In Mansfield, it's fair and 65. And that is going to be it for the Peter Chill Morning News on this May 16, 2017 on a to the morning. Please have a good morning, good night. See you at 12 noon for a noontime report. You have a good morning.